Hey, so I thought today might actually provide a good chance for us to go ahead and organize our work and our notes in our Google Drive to make sure that we are organized when it comes to things like tests and when you get to your final exam and so on. And if we don't do it now, if we don't start making a structure now, then it's going to get more difficult. And this is especially important with a new note structure, that you do make a copy of the documents and put it into your Google Drive. So the first thing that I'm going to get you to do is go ahead and go to Google Classroom. Once you get into the class and go into classwork, then click on this class drive folder icon. Once you do that, then you'll see all of the documents, every single one that has been given to you in science. So it has your name there, right? This is a test account, so it says Southview School Student. But it has your name and then it has the title right after it. So for example, this is the cat genetics worksheet. So what you'll end up doing, first of all, is you should make a folder for each unit. So to do that, in Google Drive, go to New, and then go to Folder. And I would start off by actually doing one, and this is for Science 9 specific, so this would be different for you guys, grade 8, but for Science 9, Unit A was Biology. For Science 8, your first unit was actually Chemistry, so you would put Chemistry there. Now what you can do is take everything that is biology and move it into this folder. So for example, cat genetics worksheet fits into that, DNA, genes, and chromosomes questions, dog genetics, endangered species, human characteristics, natural selection activity, passing it on, plants, flower, video, feedback. What else do we have here? And what I'm doing to select more than one file at a time, by the way, is I'm holding down the control key. If I hold down the control key, then I can actually select more than one file at once, which will actually really help. Now, I'm going to leave the science article analysis. I want to put that into a separate folder. But I've got now biology, biological diversity notes, variation, symbiosis, niches, asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction, DNA, genes, and chromosomes, genetics, etc. I'm going to stop there because we don't need to go through every single one in this video. You guys get the idea. But take everything that fits into that first unit and then go ahead and move it into that folder. Now you can still access them from Google Classroom. So for example, if I go ahead and look at Unit A, Topic 2, Niches Notes. So I go ahead into here and go to Niches, which is way back. Okay, I still can access it from Classroom as well. It doesn't lose that link when I move it, but now it's just way more organized for us. So now that I've got it into this biology folder, I would recommend actually making some other folders. I think good folders to have would be notes. Okay, so that you've got a place where all of your notes are going. And then I also would have one that's something like assignments. Okay, so make a new folder called assignments. And then organize your stuff into there as well. So this is all assignments right here. That doesn't mean that they're not useful for studying. It just means that it doesn't fit into the notes category. So if I'm looking for practice work, then I would go into, I just put that in the wrong place. If I'm looking for practice work, then I would end up actually putting that into assignments, going into the assignments folder and going there. I feel silly because now I have to do this again. I could have used the move function instead, but it's all on top, so that's fine. So I'm going to move this into assignments. Well, things that are notes, I can just go ahead and put into notes. Another trick when you're using your computer, if you have a long list like this, it's all going to the same place, hold down Shift. Okay, after you've selected the first, hold down Shift, select the last, and now you've done everything in that list. If you hold down Shift, it includes everything between the middle of the two things you select. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that into notes. One thing I would also recommend, and all of these look really good, but I would recommend making sure that the titles all make sense in order. So you can see that for this, it works out well. So 4-1, 5-1, which means that when I put it into alphabetical order, it all goes in the correct order, which is fantastic. I know that in chemistry, I think I kind of changed how I titled the notes halfway through. So it'd be good to make sure that it is all kind of the same in how it's written. So you might want to go through and just fix that up. So for example, if you look here, right, I've got Unit B, Topic 1-1, and then here I switch formats and it's Topic 6-1. So I actually might want to change the names for this. And again, that won't affect if you can find it in Google Classroom, but you could now go ahead and do Unit B, Topic 6-1, and just rename it so it matches. Okay, so you'll have a folder that has biology, and then you'll have another folder that, again, this is Science 9, would be Unit B, Chemistry. If you're Science 8, it's actually going to be the exact opposite. Unit A for you was Chemistry, and then Unit B was your Biology unit. And then again, we would have Notes as a folder, and Assignments as a folder. Okay, so you're going to move all of that stuff into the correct place. Let's kind of just again show what I'm doing. All of this right here, where was it, is some nice chemistry notes. So I could select that. Let's take that study guide as well. I could do these. All right, this is chemistry. This is chem. 2 copies of that for some reason. That's another thing, is if you have 2 copies of stuff, that's for me assigning it and then making a mistake and removing it. So you can actually delete one of the duplicate copies and that would be totally fine. And I'm sorry that that happened, but we all make mistakes sometimes, and then when I fix it, it makes a bit of a mess. So now in here, I can now take these and make sure that I have them set into notes. All right, so I can go ahead and throw that in there. So good to have that organized, and again for these I would actually go ahead and change the titles so that they make sense and they go into a proper order. One more folder that you should make, just to get it kind of out of your hair, is make one that is, you know, science articles. Let's do article analysis as a folder, and then we can take all of the ones that are science article analysis documents, and we can just go ahead and pop that right into article analysis. So now that is held within that folder. And it would be good to return every once in a while to make sure that your drive is clean and everything is organized. Okay, another piece of this is making sure that we have a copy of notes under the new notes system. So I'm going to go ahead to one of the assignments, and I returned it to this test account with the link. So I'm going to go to reaction rates lesson part 1, and if I take a look here, and see, I'm going to go instead to classwork and then view your work. That gives such a better view. So now if I go to reaction rates part 1, I have a comment here with a link to the notes. So if I click on this, it's going to open up that link. Okay, so now here's the notes, but I want to have my own copy. So I'm going to go to File, Make a Copy, and now I can select where I'm going to place that copy. So I'm going to go ahead and go to My Drive, and then I'm going to go to Classroom. I'm going to go, this is Science 9, these notes, Unit B, Chemistry, and finally Notes. So I'm just going to the folder where I already have all my notes. I'm going to select that, press OK, and now it's put a copy of that document into that folder. So now when I go into here, Chemistry and Notes, I have this copy of Topic 8, Reaction Rates. So I would rename that to make it match. In fact, for all of these, I would probably get rid of the Southview School Student, get rid of that title, and just change it to be this kind of format, Unit B, Topic 1-1, and then this, right? And then I would take out the Southview School Student or your name part, because you know who you are. And then from there, you're all set. You've got nice, pretty notes. If you don't know how to rename a document, just right-click it and then go to Rename right here. And I could go Unit B, Topic 1-1, Particle Theory and States of Matter. Let's get rid of the blanks as well. No reason for that, because now it should not have blanks if you have completed the assignment properly. Okay, so you should go through your drive, get that all organized. The last thing I would like you to do is I would like you to take a screenshot of your organization. So once you have this all done, I'd like you to actually go ahead and just take a picture of that so that you can share it with me in the assignment and show that you've done this. I actually want to keep you accountable and have you turn this in as an assignment. So the easiest way to do that if you are on Windows is to press Windows, Shift, and S. And then from there, you can kind of graze out the screen and you can select what you want. So, want to select this. I'd kind of select it, let go. And then after that, it gives me this thing that pops up that says, do I want to save it to clipboard? Well, I do. So now I have my screenshot right here that I can save, that I can edit. So I'm just going to go ahead and save it. And then that way I can now upload it into Classroom. So that's on Windows. Another option is just to actually go Snipping Tool. Okay, so if I search for Snipping Tool, then I can find that app and use that as well. And then save it, which is basically this. This is similar. It's Snip and Sketch as opposed to Snipping Tool. I'm going to pause the video and then get you the instructions for Chromebook. So really similar on Chromebook actually. On Windows, I press the Windows key, the Shift key, and then S. I'm going to put that in as the comments, Windows, Shift, and S. On Chromebook, it's actually Control, Shift, and then the Show Windows key, which is kind of like a rectangle with two lines beside it. It looks like this. I don't know if you can see that or not. Should have gone to Show a Picture. Okay, so this right here. So Control, Shift, and then that is going to help you take a picture, partial screenshot that then you can save and submit so that I can see you've done the proper structure. If you are a Apple user, you're going to have to look up how to do that. You're on your own for that one, but a quick Google search of Apple, screenshot will show you what you need to do. In fact, let's go ahead and just type that in. Screenshot on Apple. And for this, say Mac. I guess Mac is a better term to use. Press and hold these three keys together, Shift, Command, and 3. So Shift, Command, and 3. And here is an image to show you that. Open image, a new tab. Here we go. Shift, Command, and number keys. I guess you can press either one. Okay. Anyways, so hopefully this will allow you to get your files and notes and stuff all in a nice order. Organized. It's going to feel good. Organizing always feels fantastic. And then please submit a screenshot once you have completed it so that I can see you put the work in and your Google Drive is now all nice and tidy. If you're done with science, go to other classes. Do it there too. This is just good to do to make sure that you have your notes and assignments in an organized way so that you can find what you need to when you need to. All right, that's it. Have a good one.